Well, that was a thrilling race over in Road America. Absolutely wild scenes, lots of action, lots to talk about. Let's get into it. Christian Lundgaard wins the race at Road America. He went from last place at the end of lap 1 to win the race. That hasn't been done in 25 years. Unreal stuff. IndyCar is just absolutely phenomenal. Beyond that, David Malukas over in second place. Great points day for him, great recovery, really needed that good result. Again, another bridesmaid finish, but what can you do? His time is coming. And then Will Power over on the podium. Really hard-fought race for him. Great to see him over performing well at Andretti and getting the results that we know he's capable of. It's been a really weird start to the year. He's finally coming through. Over to Top Car Battle. Christian Lundgaard obviously winning the McLaren trio. Another weird race for them, man. Pato had no pace. Siegel was looking like he was going to be the top car of the group, which is highly unusual. Lundgaard also way ahead of Pato. He's jumped quite a ways ahead in the standings as a result. But all in all, I'd say they're still pretty equal. Lundgaard, obviously the road course king that he is doing Lundgaard things. Not much else you can say. Siegel, I'd say he was really, really good this weekend. Got a bit unlucky with getting spun around on that last lap restart. Hopefully that's a sign of things to come because he needs it, and I want to see Siegel perform well. Over to Team Penske, Dave Malukas top car this weekend. He really needed that good result, as I was saying. It's been a rocky couple weeks with his incident over in Detroit, and then obviously he just didn't really have any pace over in Gateway. To really got back on his feet, back into second in the championship. Absolutely what he needed. Goffin just quietly there in 7th, and Newgarden, I mean, he's doing the best he can. Right foot braking instead of left foot braking. Never easy to switch that mid-career, mid-season because of an injury. Obviously being very cautious with, where he's placing himself and the danger factor. And then also dropped back because of the contact with Siegel. So kind of just make what you can of it for Newgarden at the moment. Over to Andretti, it's Will Power getting his first top car of the season. Absolutely great result for him. Finally things are clicking over for him at Andretti. I think we all expected him to struggle a little bit out the gates, but this has been much more than we ever expected. Kyle Kirkwood, solid top 10. I saw he was managing some gremlins with the car. IndyCar is so competitive that as soon as you have that happen, you're not really going to be in contention for great results, but damage limitation, all you can ask for really from the 27. Marcus Ericsson as well, it's a real shame here. He was up front for most of the race. He got shuffled back on a restart, sending it around the outside of Grosjean. That was always going to end the way it did with him going off circuit. Dropped him back several positions, never really got the positions back. So it's really a shame for the Swede. Over to CDR, and if it's Kiffin Simpson actually on top. I think that might be a career first or maybe second because of his podium last year. Anyways, extremely great accomplishment for Kiff. I don't really know how he did it. He just kind of survived the chaos and was able to benefit quite a bit. He beats out Alex Palou. That was a really bizarre race for him. Pit lane speeding, just complete driver error. Made the most of it though, got really lucky with the safety car there. And was able to still at least get a top 5, which helps him massively in the championship. Scott Dixon over in 11th. I think I saw he also had a pit lane speeding penalty or something. Took him out, never really recovered. Race didn't really go his way for strategy. Dixon over in 11th. Over to ECR and Alexander Rossi just doing Alex Rossi things at Road America. This is one of his best circuits on the calendar. He started last, he finished 6th. Absolutely phenomenal. With the injuries, I can't say enough. That was a great race for him. Much needed as well. Teammate Rasmussen had a hybrid issue, not finishing. The main show here is Alex Rossi. Absolutely phenomenal stuff from him this weekend. And I'm pretty happy with being able to get the prediction right. Over if you saw it on the All About IndyCar website, I said, hey, watch out for Alex Rossi. Here you go. This is why. Proving my point. So great weekend for the American. Now we go over to Meyer Shank Racing, and man, what could have been. 1-2 in practice, 3-4 in qualifying. Fro led the most laps of the race. He led 18 laps. Armstrong was second on that regard, with 14 laps led, leading with like 3 or 4 laps to go, and the engine blew on him. There's nothing he could have done. His main win is coming. His time is coming for sure. It's a massive shame, and ultimately, for all the pace I had this weekend, it's come to naught. Felix Rosenqvist does do the top car honors. He gets his 4th of the season, starting to claw back into the mix here. Over to AJ Foyt Racing, Santino Ferrucci top 10, much needed for him. He's been kind of just there. He hasn't really done too much this year. I saw something, I believe it was on Marshall Pruitt's silly season article, that Ferrucci needed to step up the pace. He answered that this weekend, top 10 for him, pretty good result. Kyle Collett over in 16th. I think he was mixing it up with Eric Sedenko and just kind of got shuffled back at some point. Didn't fully catch what happened to the Brazilian. Over to RLL, Louis Foster, top car this weekend. Graham Rahal was definitely going to be there. He got spun out on that last lap restart while competing for a podium. Really a shame for Graham. Foster, 14th. I mean, you kind of take what you can with the RLL cars, and same with Mick Schumacher, 17th. Decent result, all things considered. I'm sure, it's just all part of the learning experience for him. Over to Coin, really weird race for them. Lots of problems with strategy, with fuel, with tires, if the whole works. Grosjean's tire coming off there, saying off the chain of events. But he still gets top car honors here, top 15 on the day. Evens it up with Dennis Hauger. I think that's been the story of the season since I've been doing these videos, is, Hauger's leading Grosjean. Grosjean's tied it up. It'll be interesting to see what happens moving forward in the summer stretch. And lastly, over to the Juncos cars. I don't know what happened here, because I thought Arenas would be much higher up. I didn't really see it on the broadcast. I might have missed it. But, just both cars, nothing really doing for them. VK up 9-1 on top car, which I think is the biggest blowout of the lot. But, just 18th, 19th, I mean, that's not great, but what are you going to do? Not a great showing for Venus, VK, and Juncos Holiday Racing. Over to the standings, Alex Palou still leading. He's increased his gap to 60 points from now. David Malukas in second. Christian Lundgaard is the massive winner here this weekend, choosing to within 77 points of Palou. Kind of making it a 4-way fight. I mean, never say never. We're only just past halfway. Bit of movement in the back half of the top 10, with Scott Dixon also jumping in over the unlucky Marcus Armstrong. Another week, another Alex Palou pole. It's 6 on the season for him, 5 in a row. Absolutely unreal stuff in qualifying from the Spanish driver. He and Pato O'Ward are the only guys to make the Fast 12 in every race this season. Palou's made Fast 6 in 9 of the 10 races, which is just insane, the consistency as well. Malukas is almost matching him there, 8 Fast 6, 9 Fast 12, with his only result, other result being Detroit, where he crashed in Q1. Beyond that, it's a couple of good stories with Rahal, with Kirkwood, with Rosenqvist, all 6, 7, 8 races in the top 12, sorry. Over to race victories, Christian Lundgaard second on the season, great result for him. There's 11 drivers there with 5 top 10s across the first 10 races, so make of that what you will. It shows that it's a pretty good sample size. Kirkwood's the only one with 9, barely keeping that streak alive, with 10th place finish this weekend. Behind him, it's a really close battle between Palou and Malukas on 8, and then a bit of a step down to the rest of the field, either on 5 or 6 top 10s. Over to lap sled, Palou continues to dominate. Felix Rosenqvist finally up over 100 lap sled on the season. And just a couple other small changes here and there, but nothing to really write home about in terms of lap sled. Coming that over to mile sled, Felix Rosenqvist jumps even higher here. Road America being a 4 mile long circuit, means that when you lead a lot. Teammate Marcus Armstrong jumped from absolutely nowhere to P11 just off the graphic. Alex Palou still very much the man on the mission. 500 and some odd, almost 600 miles up on Felix Rosenquist. Just unreal stuff. Over to T-Bell's best worst finish. No changes on the actual best worst, but on the second worst. Kyle Kirkwood finishes 10th today, so that's the second worst finish of the year. Marcus Armstrong obviously drops off because of his retirement. Really shame on his excuse, doing so well. And VK drops off as well after just a poor showing this weekend in Road America. Replacing them, Pato O'Ward jumps up and Alex Palou as well, both with 17th place finishes. And yeah, so I mean, kind of as you'd expect, it's Kyle Kirkwood 10th, and then the three Penske cars that are kind of always there-ish, Pato and Alex Palou. Over to miles completed, there's still just the three of them that have all the laps done. Kyle Kirkwood, Christian Lundgaard, Pato O'Ward. Not too many retirements here, so not too much of a change. Marcus Armstrong just dropped a couple positions from 4th to 7th. But other than that, it's just the same as you'd expect. So kind of leaning into that, Christian Jasperson obviously DNF'd quite early in the race. It's his 5th DNF on the season in 10 races, which is just absolutely horrible. He's obviously DNF'd. Graham Rahal, I've marked down him as a DNF as he did not finish the race under his own power. Marcus Armstrong obviously as well. Rahal and Armstrong obviously only losing about, I think 4 and 12 laps or miles respectively. The previous graphics, so nothing to really write home about. It's Armstrong's first DNF of the season, Rahal second. But yeah, Christian Rasmussen absolutely dominating this list, which is not a good sign. And of course, because of that really early DNF for Rasmussen, he is going to be the last car of the season, or of the race. 3 on the season now. The ECR boys are the only ones with more than one. Just really a weird season for the ECR man. Both of them, like, they've been quick at some points, they've been not at others, but just everything seems to go wrong for them. So it's kind of unfortunate how that goes. Anyway, so that will do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.